in the first fall as Lawler was in there to help out. But the referee was tied up over in the corner. He did not see Lawler in there, or he would have stopped that match immediately.
Boy, look at Hart scream. He's hollering at the referee about Lawler. Can you imagine? Here's a guy that's jumped into the ring, uninvited, not supposed to be there 1,000 times, snuck in, snuck out. He's going to break down and cry to referee Jerry. Calhoun's trying to ignore him. He keeps trying to walk away from him, and Hart just blistering him over there because a little turnabout being fair play in there, my friend. What the referee saw was, of course, Tommy Gilbert's knee had been messed up in the match earlier in there. Kirby took him over there and had him hooked in where all the weight was on that knee, and the referee was trying to help him get out of it.
What happened? Tell them what happened.
Hey, they could see what happened. I'm sorry about that, Jim. I'm not the referee. Bye-bye. Jimmy Hart still moaning and screaming. Mitchell helping Kirby out in there. Kirby with his neck hurt and his back hurt, and I kind of like this. I'm going to take time out, and we'll be back in a minute with more wrestling action. Listen, all you got to do is let the referee handle the situation. That's all I can say, Jimmy. Gee, somehow I'm not quite as touched as I ought to be about that injustice in there. I'm kind of glad to see the king come flying in there. Bell time. Here we go. Guy Mitchell sneaking into the ring against Carl Fergie. Now, obviously, when I say sneaking, you know and I know that it's the winner of a fall against the loser of a fall to start the next one. And Fergie's going to start him all right. He really fired him over the top rope. Carl Fergie goes astride. Roger Kirby chin-locks him. Mitchell trying to break him off of there. Tommy Gilbert in to help out to get Mitchell out. It's back to 2-on-2, and Jerry Calhoun is happy about that. Hart is out of his chair. Fergie working on the neck of Roger Kirby. Nature Boy having himself abused by Carl Fergie. Tommy Gilbert keeping an eye on Guy Mitchell. And there's a tag. Carl Fergie. Tommy Mitchell. Tommy in, taking over where Carl left off. Front face lock from Gilbert. That also puts a lot of pressure on that neck. Tommy drops with the upper arm, banging down right on the side of the neck of Roger Kirby. And Kirby, a quick snap suplex. Fergie comes in. He wraps Roger Kirby. Carl takes the tag from Tommy, slams him in. And again, Fergie applying some pressure on Kirby right at the neck. Shin locks him and pulls up tight, leaning in on him. Jimmy Hart saying something to Guy Mitchell. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to get Hart back in his chair again. Hart gets into an argument. And as Mitchell started in, Gilbert came in. Yeah, that was one of those diversionary things by Jimmy Hart. And now a sprint. He's got a hangman started. Didn't quite get him up off the ground. Mitchell comes in, Gilbert comes in. Tommy's still limping with that knee having been hurt in the first fall. Couple of counts but no pin. One fall to the credit of Fergie and Gilbert. They're one fall up. Non-title match. Mitchell and Kirby, the AWA tag champions. They do not have those regional belts on the line today. Here's a tag, and it's legal. Boy, there's that big Guy Mitchell. He leaned halfway out to the middle of the ring to be able to tag Kirby. Forcing pressure on Gilbert's jawbone. Mitchell with a bar on the arm and really bending him back. Referee telling Kirby, who was roughed up pretty good at the end of the first fall and in the second fall to start out. The referee told him, if you don't get back up on the ring apron, it's going to be a loss of the fall. He gave him plenty of time to do it. And now Kirby, with the help of Hart, is back up there as Guy Mitchell. Pounds away on Tommy Gilbert's arm, and now solid bar. Tag on Kirby. And Tommy trying to battle out of it, but from behind, the legal man, Nature Boy, double hands him down on that shoulder that Mitchell had been working on. Kirby takes over with a bar. Jimmy Hart. Ringside, up and out of the chair. The referee says sit down, and he's back in it. Now, you can see Gilbert under pressure from Kirby. Tommy fires him, gets away. But Mitchell right in there takes the tag and cuts him off as he was heading for Fergie.
We've passed 5 minutes in the second fall. First fall went 9:01. 5 minutes gone in this one.
5 minutes passed in the second fall of action. It's an expiration of time match. Fergie and Gilbert in the envious position of being one fall up, so if they can carry it to the expiration of time, they still got a pretty good amount of time to go, though. They could win it with that first fall victory. Guy Mitchell. Pressuring Tommy Gilbert. Well, there's the obvious drawback. When you're as big as Mitchell, you're not as mobile as a smaller wrestler might be. There are plenty of advantages. And let me tell you, this guy can hurt you with holds that the average wrestler might cause a little pain, but boy, this guy can just put you out of action. Kirby stomping away. The referee tells him to let go of the rope. He was using the flat of the foot as Mitchell is. Can you imagine 285 pounds or so pounding down on you like that? Kirby was also using the rope, and now Guy Mitchell back in. Fergie a long way away from his partner. Tommy trying to get away. The big guy down. Gilbert back into the rope. And caught in the midsection by Mitchell. Pulled back down. Tommy Gilbert unable to get over to Carl Fergie. Tommy sustaining that knee injury in the first ball. He's taken some severe punishment now. There's a cover by Kirby, but nope. Tommy, as usual, fighting back. He slams Kirby, then Mitchell. But Kirby gets him from behind and puts his hand out to tag to Mitchell. And here comes the big guy. Fergie's in there to try to even things up. The referee trying to get him out, trying to get Kirby out. Whip on Mitchell. He catches Gilbert. This could be a surgery. It is. Double team pin. Roger Kirby and Guy Mitchell take away that advantage that Fergie and Gilbert had by winning the... And they even it up with one fall apiece.
7 minutes, 51 seconds.
7:51. It's one fall apiece. Carl Fergie talking to Tommy and saying, hey, we got some more action time coming up. We can still win another one. We'll be having that final fall, or how many ever we have time for. We'll check our time while we take time out. Watch this. All right, in just a moment, we'll be back in the ring here on Channel 18's Championship Wrestling. Did you miss the announcement a moment ago? January the 1st, listen, Ashland, Kentucky, National Guard Armory Championship Wrestling comes that way. And then on January the 8th, Rupp Arena, going to be really ringing out. We announced one match that has already been signed by the promoters of Championship Wrestling. Jerry the King Lawler faces Hart's Dream Machine January the 8th. And we'll get to more about that a little bit later on as the weeks go by in here. Junction City next Saturday night, right there in the Junction City Elementary.